So a suite of apps. And when we went to Haiti, just one app was not going to do the trick. We needed to know things about language and how to, in Haitian Creole. We needed to know which buildings had been demolished and which ones were still standing. We needed to have basic first aid, and we needed to have things that would help us do our job better that we custom created. But we had to have all these work together. Well, we had to do a cognitive task analysis and job task analysis to see which apps would work together. Rather than trying to rebuild every capability, we said, let's see where we can link apps together in smart ways. I hope some of you will think about that too and give us examples of where you've done that and how you could do that. Tommy Ahonen talks about having 8 affordances for learning and for mobile technology. And I would like to add a ninth one to his list too, and that's peripherals. And one of the things that I've been finding is that my mobile device by itself is powerful, but it's not nearly as powerful as when I have things like a digital pen connected to it that allows me to write and transcribe my notes automatically into Evernote. And when I have a badge that automatically knows who I am and where I am by having a Bluetooth reader at the bottom of it. Or having access in a clinical setting to the telemetry like EKG or EEG, and a blood glucose meter that can interact with a smartphone or a simple feature phone. And how we're starting to use these different peripherals is going to be really paramount to some of the different techniques that we use in the future. I'd love to get your thoughts on any ones that you're using already, peripherals that you found useful to you. In my view, the iPad is really a peripheral to the mobile device that extends it further. Love to get your thoughts on whether you think that's true or not, or if you think that it's a totally new device that's totally different from your mobile phone, or if it's an extension of your mobile capability. I know for me, I use my broadband connection through a mobile device back to the Wi-Fi feature within my iPad. So I use the tethering and the Wi-Fi hotspot technologies within Android, for instance, for that. You see that on the screen here. For those who didn't see at the beginning, I live on the Space Coast, Merritt Island, Florida, and I had the privilege last May, around this time, of watching some satellites go up, and ones that you may not have tracked closely. It didn't get a lot of fanfare. There's a $4 billion satellite system that is going to be our next generation GPS technology. The IIF satellites are going to do, in essence, GPS through most walls. And what this means is that we'll have indoor GPS tracking as well as outdoor GPS tracking. Think about how that's going to change location-based service and contextual learning as we go even from floor to floor. It can track, knowing that you're on a 3rd floor of a building versus a 5th floor of a building is what it is touted to do. Now, we don't know whether this technology will live up to all of its promises, but I, for one, am excited about this capability that's coming and how we can use that for contextual learning and more pervasive learning. Finally, I've also been looking at some of the new technologies that have just come out here in the States, too. Like for my 11-year-old son, I just bought him a Nintendo 3DS. And this is 3D without glasses. I also got to review at CTIA Wireless some of the 3D Android phones that are coming out this quarter. They suspect that, all told, they'll sell about 10 million of these devices, mobile handsets that are 3D without glasses, over the next few months. And we're finding really compelling reasons to use them besides just the gee whiz factor, where mobile technology and 3D come together to allow you to do a job better, to allow you to visualize something better, to allow you to link to 3D virtual worlds in a more meaningful and impactful way in terms of the products that you see or the technology that you're looking at inside of there. So with that being said, there's a number of other innovations we could explore, but I wanted to give you a few seeds of those, and then also challenge all of you to go in and review the wiki and add your own innovations. Go through and let's do a brainstorm exercise with question 1 and define some of the things that might be compelling innovations, both mobile technology but also extend beyond mobile technology. Look at some of the other things that we could leverage and bring together and integrate with mobile technology to form new solutions. Look at the innovations in learning theory that we could activate. I've seen some of you talk about connectivism and how connectivism and mobile come together, and looking at ways that you can have innovative operating practices or business practices like microfinance to make your mobile technology sustainable right beyond just the length of a grant or your particular project. And how do we engage culturally, too, with the different regions, groups, or demographics that we respond to and work with, whether it be doctors, whether it be a particular region of the globe? How do we start to engage this in new and unique ways? Those are the things that I'm really interested in finding out more about from all of you and extending that further. Then, in the second question that I have on the wiki, I'd like to challenge all of you to start exploring that technology. Take one step further. Go deep with it. Don't just read an article. Actually explore and see if you can make use of it in some meaningful way. And then report back critically on how it worked, whether it was good or bad, what parts were good, what parts were bad, and how you might be able to use this. And then in constructive ways, I'd like for us all to critique each other on the various technologies that we start to explore and our use of them, and give constructive feedback on how we could do that. I think that'll make for a meaningful rest of our week together as we explore innovation together and really leverage the power of not just what I showed you today, but of a class of over 500 people and how we're all going to learn from each other and continue our dialogue as we go forward. I had some great questions come up during some comments too, so I really appreciate that. I want to leave, we've got just a couple of minutes, I would like to leave some time to get some feedback from all of you and talk a little about some of your ideas and how we could do this. Thanks for your comments, Sabine, appreciate it. And I understand that some of you may be having to drop off too. Again, we are recording this, so we'll have access to it later. Sorry for the rough start. I don't know why Eliminate wasn't cooperating a little bit better for us, but we did make it through. And appreciate your comments here too. And again, this is just the start of what you guys could look at and what you could hopefully share with me and with the rest of us. So please do that throughout the week. I will post this PowerPoint presentation. I'm sure that Inga will have the recording of this up for you too. And hopefully we'll tell them to skip the first 10 minutes since it was a little rocky start. And then also, I'll look forward to interacting with you throughout the week on the discussion boards, in the Google groups, and the wiki space too. And feel free to contact me. I've got my contact details up on the screen too. If you'd like to discuss anything independently or don't want to post it up right there, have other individual questions, I'm happy to answer and respond to those too, not just this week, but in the coming weeks too. And I want to end by saying thank you so much to Inga for doing such a great job for all of us by coordinating all of this. I couldn't have pulled this off without her help in coordinating, moderating, and helping with this too. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that too. So Inga, again, a big hearty thanks to you for all of your hard work to pull off the MobiMOOC and keep us flowing nicely as we go on. Yes, the applause is certainly appropriate. Please, please do so. Please applaud there. Great work, great work. And I'll stick around for a few minutes in case anyone wants to continue some of our dialogue, and then I'll turn the recording off in about 2 or 3 minutes from now too, Inga. Someone asked me a private question too about which of the books that I was talking about innovation. So there's one by Shoemaker and Day called Wharton on Managing Emerging Technologies, and that's from University of Pennsylvania Wharton School here in the U.S. The other is Clayton Christensen from Harvard, and he has a number of books. One is called The Innovator's Dilemma, and then he also has another one called Disrupting Class, I think it is, about education. And let's see, who else would I recommend? Oh, well, of course, Everett Rogers. And he has one called Diffusion of Innovation. And and that's very much the IBM model. Apologize for a few of my typos here. I'm trying to type fast, and it looks like I'm having a few typos. I also like Jeffrey Moore's Crossing the Chasm. And these are generally on innovation management and some of the practices too that I think we have to be mindful of, rather than just spot leveraging technologies, which is not bad in and of itself, but it's not going to be as powerful as a systematic way of looking at innovation holistically from a people, process, technology, and organizational strategy. And that's what I think you'll see from a lot of these resources. So I challenge you to think about that and think about innovation broadly, not just mobile technology, but other technologies and these other areas that we can look at, particularly around, I'll go back to one of my opening slides, the area of mobile, social, and real-time coming together to unlock real value between these other technologies, people, process, and approaches. I'll end on this slide right here too. So hopefully that helps some of you who are really looking at innovation as a strategy and a big picture way that you want to conduct yourself. And we'll continue to engage in this dialogue as we go through the rest of this week and beyond that. Thanks so much, and look forward to hearing from many of you online.